Assalamu alaikum everyone, I hope you're enjoying good health. Respected listeners, we are back with another exciting mock, and today is going to be in-person mock of IELTS. So let's see how she performs with us. She had been preparing her IELTS with us since last week, I guess, and she's preparing and appearing, inshallah, after 2 or 3 days, I believe. Yeah, so that's how we are doing it. So can we start it?
Sure.
Okay. Good morning, my name is Mubarak Ali Khan. This test is conducted at Gateway Study Links. So could you please tell me your name, please?
Well, my name is Sayyida Tayyaba Zafar. You can call me by my middle name Tayyaba.
All right, so please show me your identification or passport.
Here, have a look. I use this for my registration.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
Now, it's the first part. I would like to ask some more questions about yourself, okay? So, do you work or you are a student?
Actually, I work. I work as a database manager at this company. And my job is to maintain their dashboard.
All right.
And I quite enjoy my job, actually.
Great. So, do you like music?
Yep, I do. I'm quite fond of music, and I've been listening to music before coming to this office.
All right. So, do you think music is important?
I feel like yes, music is important, but it depends. It depends what kind of music you're listening to. If you're listening to, for my experience, if I'm listening to something that's very loud or something, I would not enjoy that. But if I'm listening to something smooth and something soothing, so I would definitely enjoy that music.
Fine. How good you are with your neighbors?
Well, actually, I don't find enough time to spend with my neighbors, but whenever I see them or whenever I meet them, I definitely greet them and say hello to them and talk to them and ask them about how they're doing in their life. So I feel like I do pretty well with them as well.
Okay. One thing you dislike about your neighborhood?
They make a lot of noise. I don't like noise and I don't like a lot of lights, so they do both of them. So that's the problem.
All right, great. Moving on towards part 2 now. It says describe your favorite music band. This is a topic. You have a minute to prepare about it and you will speak on that for next 2 minutes. Your timer has just been started. All right. Please. Now you have 2 minutes to speak on the topic. Please start speaking.
Well, the thing I've been asked to talk about is my favorite music band. If I start describing my favorite music band, I would say it's not actually a band. It's more like a singer. And obviously, if he's a singer, he must be having a lot of composers behind him. So initially, when I started listening to music quite oftenly, I used to listen to Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. I used to listen to his deep, meaningful poetry, and I used to enjoy it. But later on, nowadays, I'm quite fond of Arijit Singh and the lofi versions of him. And I've been listening to his songs quite recently, and I particularly enjoy his songs. Whenever I'm going on a long drive or whenever I'm visiting somewhere, I prefer listening to him or any other music band or singer who has sang any song in this manner, in this genre. So what I find good in him is that he sings quite soothing songs. His voice is melodious, and I personally enjoy melodious music, and he's a good Indian singer, by the way. I enjoy his music a lot, and recently I've been listening to this song called Tere Hawale, and it's a very trending song, by the way. And so many people have been listening to this song. And what I like about him is, personally, I feel like I should relate to him more connectively, because I feel like he's more a humble person. I find other singers not that much humble. I find them a little rude.
All right, thank you very much. I got my idea. Moving on towards part 3 now.
Yeah.
Do you think music has an effect on people's lives? How?
I feel like yes, in my opinion, yes, it does. Because whenever I feel like I have to sleep and I couldn't sleep, I would listen to some soothing music that would help me sleep. Some music at the back, and I'll go sleep. So music does affect you. Music does play a major role in your life.
All right. So which is more important to you, music or TV? Why?
I personally don't watch TV that much because I don't find enough time. I'm always occupied with something. So while listening to music, I don't need to go anywhere, or I don't need to do anything specifically. I just need to put some headphones and listen to the music. So I find it quite easy.
All right. Okay. So does music has a relation with the dancing? How?
It does. The beats, obviously. Music has a direct relation with dance, because whenever you're listening to a music and it has some good beats, people would want to dance on it. We can see it in the clubs.
Okay.
People dance on some beats or some trance music.
Okay. So what changes in terms of young people's choice of music will occur in next 20 years?
Come again?
What changes in terms of young people's choice of music will occur in next 20 years?
Well, I've never gave this thing a thought, but I feel like in past couple of years, people were more interested in jazz music, and now I feel like people are more intrigued about classical music, or the music that's not that much loud and very calm kind of music. So I feel like in future people might enjoy it more, because I've seen so many versions of it.
So do you think anyone can be a musician? Why or why not?
No, I believe this is a skill actually. I don't find it as a hobby, I find it as a skill, and I feel like not everyone has the skill. There are some specific people blessed with such good voice or good talent, you can say, and if we only give them the chance to showcase it, I feel like it's better, because if we would allow the bathroom singers to come out, it would be pretty bad.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. This is the end of your spoken test. Now I would like to give my comments, my feedback, if you allow.
Yeah, sure.
So, Ms. Tayyiba, as far as my observation is concerned, I found you quite good overall in the test, and but there are a few things which we need to highlight. To me, part one went super well as compared with other parts, and the active Tayyiba was found in part 3, question number 2 and 3, where she was enjoying the answers and she was giving the answers very well. I guess that's the best part overall. Examiner wants you to see yourself at natural pace the way you are, as compared with going mechanical or robotic.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is supposed to be avoided. So in the scale, if we assess, it is to be understood by the listeners too. So the scale is fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Out of these 4, your band is given. And all these 4 has 3 subparts. So I'll give you subpart wise answer too, so that you get to know where you need to work.
Okay.
As far as fluency and coherence is concerned, the first thing comes, does the person or the candidate avoid silence or hesitation? So yes, you avoided that. That's good for you. Then speak at length on each topic. In part 3, I did not find you quite convincing in terms of your data. Your language was good, but it was more like a regular conversation than an argumentative discussion. So it is supposed to be an argumentative talk in part 3, which you are supposed to take care of. Use words to connect ideas? Not really. Why not? because you use initially whenever you started I feel like, yes, it does. I feel like was spoken 9 times overall. So there should not be any monotonous or such kind of words which you are re-uttering again and again. That is supposed to be avoided. Behind the scene we'll also talk about what you can use. For example, if it is about me, if it is pertinent to me as far as I am concerned, if you take my idea, well, if I have to speak about my heart, if I have to speak about my listening birds or something, so such listening birds or such thing. And then lexical resource, use a wide range of vocabulary. I found a few good words. You mentioned you mentioned the word genre. Did you speak genre or genre or something? Genre. It's basically genre. Okay, it starts with the ya sound. But that was a good one. And then you mentioned the word intrigued. That was a good one. You mentioned jazz or such kind of words which are pertaining to music. That was a good one. So I won't say variety, but I would say yes, there were a few sprinkled words which you were supposed to speak and you did. Use idioms and collocation. No, you didn't use any idiom throughout. You're supposed to use at least 1 or 2 idioms, okay, because it has its grade. And then collocation, 2 words which come together, okay, that is also part at which we need to work on. And then paraphrase. The thing is, you did not repeat the question, but you didn't paraphrase it even. So for example, if I said that what do you think what would happen after 20 years in the music industry, or such kind of question was there. So rephrasing it, if I talk about after 2 decades what will happen in the music, that is paraphrasing. 20 years is been changed or swapped or shifted or replaced by that 2 decades. Such kind of things you're supposed to do. And then grammatical range, speak in complex sentences, some extent, yes. Variety of grammatical forms, oh right, yeah, you were there. Avoid grammatical mistakes. You majorly avoided grammatical mistakes, but the part which I found a little disturbed, that was I have never give it a thought. It was supposed to be I have never given it a thought. Other than that, your grammar was all right throughout. And then avoid grammatical mistakes and pronounce words accurately. Most of the words are pronounced accurately. One of them was not pronounced well, so I mentioned that. And then join sounds together. Assimilation, that's what we call. You don't join sounds together, you have your regular style. Intonation, that your rise and fall of the voice, was somewhere there. In part 3, I found it to its length. If I grade you out of all this as an examiner, so you would be getting a band between 6.5, and if I become generous, then it can reach to 7. 6.5 to 7. It went well, but I wanted to give the details so that next time you fit in yourself even more better. Right? Anything else you would like to say?
No.
All right.
It was all good.
So if you're preparing for IELTS or such TOEFL, PT, EOET, SAT, Duolingo, Language Search, CELT, ESOL, Oxford Test, Password Test, ELLT, or if you're trying to move abroad, GSLI branch is here to help. God bless you all.